I grew up Ozark, which basically I'm a native of Boone and Newton County, Arkansas, which we're at. And these beautiful Ozarks are just what I call home. And I feel blessed to have been raised in such a neat area that has such natural beauty. We lived pretty rural most all my life. My dad was an old country preacher, and I remember sitting in church and trying to draw the little Christian fish symbol. That was one of the first, I looked on my dad's Bible and I saw that, and I remember him teach me how to make the lines there, so I did that, and I just started adding eyeballs and fins and that type of thing to it, and pretty soon I was drawing fish. I remember at a very young age, relatives, especially my grandmother, buying me little paint sets for Christmas and such. Weren't any instructions with them. I was pretty much self-taught, so I made a lot of messes in the beginning, but I worked myself through them and just pretty much tried to paint what I saw. When I went to college, I took just a basic drawing class, and that was just like adding gas to the fire. Suddenly I realized all that frustration I had without any instruction, it all came together for me. And that's when I started realizing, this is something I really enjoy and something I've been given a talent and blessed to do. If there's a common thread that runs through my art, it would definitely be the water that I paint, not only in the paintings, but one thing I do, I choose to use the water directly out of the stream. And I do that kind of out of convenience, but I think secondarily, that just captures something about that lifeblood of that stream gets captured in that painting. The sights, the sounds, the smells of out here somehow translate, I hope, into the painting. And the water it's the lifeblood of the Ozarks. It's what carved out all these beautiful hills and bluffs and limestone. Something we say a lot in the studio is, we're bringing you the Ozarks on canvas. That's kind of a marketing term, I guess, but it means more than just that. I had a lady from Alexandria, Virginia call me, said, "Hey, Mr. Hada, I saw your work online. We lived in the Ozarks for a few years way back when we were going to college. I used to go hike in some of these places, and I thought that was one of the most wonderful times of my life. I want to buy one of these paintings. I want to hang it to show my kids, my grandkids, part of that country, and also to bring back that memory." Paintings do that. Original art is just something that jars those senses and experiences back to you, and it's just a great way to relive that time again and again. My daughter, when she graduated from high school, I wanted to do something kind of special for her. So my brother came over, and he and I and my daughter, we floated with our big lab. We put them all in canoes and headed down the Buffalo River. Beautiful day, but like here in the Ozarks, sometimes the weather changes, and suddenly a big thunderstorm came up and quite a bit of actually pretty severe lightning. So we pulled over and crawled up under a bluff and kind of a little shelter there and parked the canoes on the side of the gravel bar, and we sat there, and it rained and actually hailed a little bit and lightning, and pretty soon it all cleared. And as it did, when you get those temperature inversions, suddenly this beautiful fog dance just started creating on the water there, and just beautiful columns of mist rising and moving up and down, and just this most surreal, beautiful landscape that you can imagine. And just about that time as the sun broke through, and I know this sounds so made up, but we have a lot of resident bald eagles, and here one just soared just above eye level right down along the bluff line. And I thought, man, that's just the most perfect of subject matter. So when I got back to the house, I spent about a day and a half and never came out of the studio and painted that scene. It's one of my favorites. Beautiful day, beautiful memories. I do have a gallery in Mountain Home, Arkansas. It's just off the square there. It's called Rivertown Gallery. And when you come in there, you're going to see a lot of paintings very similar to what I'm doing today that depicts these Ozarks. But I also do a lot of sporting art, a lot of fly fishing scenes, a lot of wildlife, definitely a lot of Ozark landscapes. That's kind of the overriding theme in there. I do a lot of commission work too. Say if you want me to paint a particular stretch of a river or a landscape scene, I have a lot of people have me paint their old home places and such in the country, and I love doing things like that. It's just what I was born to do, and it's what I want to do, and if I can share that with other people and they buy a piece of my art and know that they identify with the same thing I did, then I feel pretty successful with that.